All right, guys. I mean, it's been a little bit since I've done a conventional video, but we got the NFL Combine to go through, a lot of NFL prospects to talk about. It's the start of draft season. Well, I mean, not really, but here on this channel, off season is rolling. Let's go.
I'm going to break the record tomorrow, for sure. I anticipate running 4.20 or
Okay, here they go.
Here come the Buckeyes.
Star receiver Deebo Samuel has been traded to the Washington Commanders in exchange for a 5th-round draft pick.
Robinson, Husker.
He plays hard.
Nice.
Really good. She's flying, man.
You ready first?
Yeah, he can move. That's smooth. No wasted movement. He doesn't get stuck when he's changing.
He absolutely is, and Peter says he had a great story on him. Alopecia.
He got out.
John Campbell for final 40 of the
He's moving pretty good.
linebacker group's first run, 4-5. John Campbell.
Right on the 30. Shuffle. Run. Shuffle. Break. Yeah, there
Come on back. Let's catch it. Here we go.
Run. Shuffle.
Blue ball
Break.
here.
Nice. There it is, Boom.
He is really running, man. He's sprinting.
You want to see some change of direction?
Yeah, that was kind of the one question there. So I just had rigid COD, change of direction in my notes. So Jay Higgins.
Back up. Get to the number. Turn up. Back up. Break. Hey, get to the numbers now. Get to the numbers.
Quick feet here.
Numbers.
He's had a solid workout. High school quarterback.
That was the last of the first 40s. Here's the first of the second. An improved time for Billy Bowman.
That's a clean run.
4-3. Hey, saw earlier with the corners going through it. This is the line drill first, where they're
Goals, strong physical tackler. I thought he had a real quick trigger. Like he sees it and goes. I think the 3.5 was the line on
I
that
haven't said
mention.
a word. I haven't said a word. Is that where you're going?
No. I'm not talking about that. I don't mention the App State thing, but I want to go to that. I got a
DJ?
Rocky 4 training montage.
Okay.
DJ, make sure you call Mr. Telephone Man and make your request.
Nice. When she says you're the best, and then bam, the music drops right then. What a moment.
Here we go.
I believe we've got one more.
25 scouting company. Here he goes. And he does it.
Rich, I am actually standing with Jahdae Barron. He's
Sometimes I think when you just worry too much, I have to just go out there and just perform. It's kind of like a game.
And same thing here. If we have, don't get hurt, man.
Thank you.
Denzel Burke. By the way,
Okay, so Tulane, but of course we talked about his journey.
This courtesy of Stacey Dales. Nick Emenwari, you'll see him on field.
My gosh.
Jumping 43. 43!
I got a text last week.
that kind of little subtle movement. Just knows how to play.
Speaking of
Because
big
Robert
fan-
Morris told them, if you don't get a good ball, we'll have to run through you again. I think I've heard it.
at his house in his garage. He was a COVID kid, right?
Hit it, Jackson, hit it!
He just needed a
right down the line, and as you noted, very, very comfortable with it. Have a feeling he's caught a few balls along the way. Got to get a little training in at home.
To 50. That's how old I am. It's to 50. Man, do you know that? It was 50 years old.
Here's Neil.
I was going to offer to have a couple of pets spayed or neutered, and you referenced it briefly, Charles, at the Senior Bowl with Ollie Gordon. He threw a touchdown. That team a lot over the years here since he threw it.
My advice is the bad guys, make sure you give them the space, please.
Oh my goodness.
You might take one today.
Back here on NFL Network's live coverage on the conversation about removing this play.
You know what? You can't take something away that's
so we can get a little bit extra here or there. when
individual
the running
cases. And Derrick Henry, I mean, I almost think with him, we should never use him as a all the way through college to the NFL. Workload, age, it doesn't seem to slow him down. Where there's other examples of running backs who have fallen off that improvement in the passing game.
The high school in East St. Louis playing his college ball in Missouri. So off he goes.
Just different. You get an appreciation for it.
And I love that word, DJ. I use it all the time. Pace.
Tua holds that mark, certainly in recent years for wide receivers, but what McConkey was able to do was remarkable.
Found great on McConkey, and he ended up getting to the second round. So it would be if Emeka Buka, Golden, or Burden were to somehow get
yours. He threw to Isaiah Bond maybe for one final time. Never know though.
As Kurt's saying, and to be able to throw this ball, right, this deep out cut, right, with a smooth drop.
It's going to be Bond, and let's see who the quarterback is going to be. There's Dylan Gabriel throwing it.
You got that was such.
I've heard that. I know.
Such an efficient quarterback sigh right there. Those are two beauties. He does spin the ball, man. For a guy who's not really big, he can.
There's
nice
the
air
one right there.
Nice
That's
air.
the one.
Everybody wanted to know what was going on. Why are you leaving there? They would call your other school to see if you were a problem back there.
How about that, Kurt? You know, I mean, that's pretty big.
Huge. Huge. Back to the gauntlet here. Watching the fellas.
Yeah, Nash. There's a lot of quick hitters, whip routes, just in and out. He is shifty, and he can make you miss after the catch. There's one against Virginia Tech where he's on the ground.
The other injury was a broken left fibula that he suffered after a hip
Different in terms of the amount of reps that you get, but I think you've got to invest in it if you're going to do it.
Yeah,
That's how you get developed.
Here's Jalen Milroe's throw. Got in there as well last year. And nice throw by Jared.
Popped up a little bit.
Yes! Sort of the rabbit that the one who's doing the mirroring is trying to.
Then a little late.
Of course.
They want to just see him adjust full speed.
Oh my goodness! See, come on,
Margaret, I love you.
I know mine isn't. So.
Another highly ranked offensive lineman, another player that they talk about. Does he have the proper?
And with that, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to NFL, of course. Please like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed this 2025 NFL Combine recap. Of course, I do hope you guys enjoyed all those highlights from all the stuff that went around. Again, I will be going through each position for each thing that happened. Again, definitely more participated for some things. Again, if I went by segments, it would have been. We've been a little bit short on the quarterbacks. I'll also go through the participants in the draft, which isn't, the NFL Combine, which really isn't like saying much because it's basically just all the best players. But that's why we'll have featured videos for each position, of course, as we go across draft season. Again, we're going to start out with the interior defensive line. I almost got that wrong. Arguably the best position in this entire draft class in terms of strength and depth. Literal strength too. But yes, our interior defensive line prospect rankings will either be coming out tomorrow or maybe Thursday or maybe Friday. I don't know yet. First mock draft, I guarantee that will be coming out before the start of NFL free agency. I always want to get that out first. So, doesn't really influence it, but it will be my first mock draft. It'll be a little bit rough. It'll probably be way off by the time we get to the actual draft, but it's always fun to do. Anyway, though, again, looking at the quarterbacks who participate in the 40-yard dash, you have Brady Cook, who, again, I'm going to be giving you guys my very short opinions because I have watched a lot of most of these guys, to be completely honest with you guys. Again, there's still a lot of guys that I really need to get more tape on overall, but like the actual overall scouting reports and report cards, most of these guys are actually wrapped up, which is kind of nice considering, again, we're not too far into offseason. Again, there's a lot more stuff I need to do, but at the same time, I've got a pretty good base on most of these guys. Brady Cook, though, yes, I don't think he's going to be, anything special in the league, but he did run a 4.9 or 4.6 40, which again shows some athleticism. Tyler Show, who's about 80 years old at this point. Again, fun fact, he was in college football since 2018. Again, it's last year that COVID sort of draft, so it makes sense with that. He's always been somewhat athletic, and then, Seth Hennigan. I would be shocked if he's anything more than a camp body. Anyway, though, again, I would be shocked. Maybe Tyler Shows in our draft is in the quarterback feature draft video, but maybe Brady Cook at the very most. But yeah, Seth Hennigan, this is probably the last time we'll be talking about him, unless he does something like Brock Purdy or something like that. For the running back position, again, a lot of guys ran the 40. You had Bashal Tudin, who, if I'm not mistaken, was a really good what is it called, 200 sprinter. I'm not mistaken. I don't even know if he did it at VTech. I mean, you can look into that. I just know in high school he was very good with that. And it reflected in his 40. He was by for the fastest. Again, if you watch him at Virginia Tech, he was definitely a burner. Didn't actually translate to too many like long runs, but you could definitely see it there. Jaden Blue, again, he was the dude at Texas who, broke some big runs. He was their big play guy. Brashard Smith, I was shocked he ran a 4.39, to be honest with you guys. Yes, I did see some sort of a burst on tape, but I did not think he was going to pull this off. But yeah, good for him. That he really boosted his prospect profile there. And maybe a profile is like his overall, and like, again, when you look at a profile, you're not really looking at, again, any of the nitty-gritty stuff really at all. You're just trying to see if you can get like a good base on the player, which he obviously has not really shown me about the film so far, but I mean, I'll watch some more. Either way. RJ Harvey, 4.4 as expected. Montrell Johnson Jr., he's a tough guy to really look at right now, but he did run a 4.41, so that's good. Trevor Etienne expected. Trevion Henderson, pretty good. Where's Quinshon Judkins? Did he even run this? I don't know if he did. In the ACL, no, he did. That's a little bit slow for him, to be honest with you. You kind of want him here with Trevion Henderson because, yes, he's definitely a more powerful back, but that game speed, I think, would have translated a little bit better here. Omarion Hampton, he's the second best running back in the draft class. I'll tell you guys that right now. I don't know where he'll actually fall in the rankings, considering getting the overall evaluation, but 4.46 is exactly where he wants to be. Donovan Edwards, I mean, he's pretty fast, and he has that breakaway speed sometimes, but, again, he didn't really do too much of that explosive stuff this year. Damon Martinez, a little bit slow, but it's not the end of the world. Taj Brooks is going to power back. And outside of that, Ollie Gordon running a 4.61 is not good for him. He is falling down a lot of guys' draft boards. Devin Neal, 4.58, kind of expected. He's definitely more of a power back. But again, when you see a guy like Ollie Gordon run 4.61, his stock has dropped tremendously since, of course, he was there earlier in the draft. Now looking at wide receiver, guys, again, you do have Matthew Golden there running a 4.29. That was pretty good for him. I mean, again, you guys saw in the intro there, the Texas teammate Isaiah Bond running a 4.39. I mean, again, that's pretty close to 4.2. I mean, it's still pretty good. But again, it's nowhere near what he set his eyes on. But yeah, Isaiah Bond definitely struggled with production this year. Matthew Golden, I would be thrilled if he gets picked in the first round. He absolutely deserves it. Dante Thornton, he was a burner there at Tennessee. He's an explosive receiver. We'll get a lot more into him. Maybe, I think he'll probably be featured considering this is not the strongest receiving class. And Arian Smith was the best receiver at Georgia last year, without a doubt. Production-wise, I think could have done better. Again, there's a lot of other stuff I could get into. I just want to keep that brief with him, though. Keandre Lambert Smith at Auburn, kind of a boring receiver, to be honest with you guys. I really wish he would. Again, I think he could have ran a lot faster than this, but again, for a guy who didn't really make any like outstanding, like, oh my god type of plays, like a guy at Ole Miss does. I forgot what the heck's his name? Holy crap. But anyway, it was a guy Jackson Dart threw to a lot. How am I forgetting his name? All right, let's look at wide receiver. I don't need to see this. No, I probably just go to. No, I don't need this either. Wide receiver. Let's see if I can find him. Winston Watkins. I think this is him, right? Yeah, Winston Watkins. This actually might be him. No, he's a freshman. I'm a freaking casual with that. I gotta think about this. Who is it? I keep forgetting his name. Whatever. There's a receiver for the team. It might be Winston Watkins. Anyway, though, for Ole Miss, I guess this might be him. No, anyway. Or is Jordan Watkins? Whatever. There was a guy for Ole Miss that I watched a lot of. I'm completely eluding me. I'm sorry about this, guys. But he's a guy that I'm like, again, Keandre Lambert Smith, who is in that system, I think would have been a similar thing. With that said, though, Jalen Knoll, again, he was one of those two 1,000-yard receivers for Iowa State this year. I honestly think he might be better than Higgins, but that's just my opinion. Outside of that, these other 40s, again, are all pretty much typical. Again, if you run under, Jaden Higgins. I don't like that he ran a 4.47 just because I think on tape he definitely showed his separation ability, and this time just doesn't really reflect it, which I'm just going to tell you guys that right now. But again, the 40s in the NLBO, again, you got guys like John Ross and stuff, so I got there. But where is he? It was Jordan Watkins. I'm such a freaking brick for that one. But, yes, Jalen Knoll, I do not. I just think, again, he's got some better traits than Jaden Higgins, who, again, is being raved about right now, which he should be because he's a very good player. Tez Johnson, again, he was that head man for Oregon last season. Again, this is not the greatest time for him. Again, he wasn't supposed to be like Troy Franklin or anything, but he's still not. Again, this isn't the greatest time for him. Trey Harris, he's a beast. Yeah, there we go there. Outside, Nick Nash running slow isn't surprising. He's not the most athletic guy, despite, again, being the best producer this year out of any of the receivers in the draft. You just can't argue it. Ricky White, that's not good for him. Again, he's a guy who honestly should be a top receiver, 10 receiver in this draft class, but that 40 will not help his case. Tight end, really no one can talk about too much in this one. The real only surprising thing, it was probably Harold Fanta Jr. not running a little faster than this. Again, I wasn't expecting him to be running, I don't know, 4.6 or anything like that. But, I mean, I think he could have ran a little bit faster than this. I don't think he was, again, in the greatest, overall shape for that. Because, again, insane receiving tight end. But, yeah, just not the greatest in this. O-line, though, I mean, guys run 40. Jared Wilson, insanely athletic. Again, he's a center. He'll probably be a backup. I absolutely think he'll get drafted, though. Outside of that, though, Will Campbell, solid time for him. Again, you want him to run under 5. You can just show that burst because he will be asked to be doing a lot of other stuff. That, again, if he, hadn't showed on tape, that might not be getting him drafted as high as maybe he honestly should be. Despite, again, I'm not saying he's like a Joe All or anything, but he's a very good prospect. Outside of that, though, any other 40s I want to talk about here? Probably not. Maybe Tyler Booker. This is not great for him, for a guy who's arguably the best interior offensive lineman prospect. Again, touted-wise, I'm watching enough film on him overall to really get a full conclusion on him. I would say very strong hands zone combats. I wouldn't call it technical moves, but definitely more advanced moves. You see, maybe a little scissor and then, speed to power with that. He combats that very, very well. And if you watch him against, who was it? It might have been Mason Graham 2 years ago, again, in the Rose Bowl. I don't remember for sure, but I remember watching it. I think he did a great job with that. I don't know if that was who he was against, though. Anyway, though, edge rushers, James Pierce Jr., that is what you needed out of him. Again, he didn't have really the same year at all that he had 2 years ago when he was arguably the best player of this entire draft. But this 40, that's gonna show that athleticism, which we know he has, but he really didn't show that much this year again on tape. Shamar Stewart, a complete beast. Where's the Boston College dude? Landon Jackson, absolute freak. I mean, his vertical was crazy. There's another guy we'll get to later, and Nick Amanawari, who's just insane. But again, James Pierce Jr. going 4.47 is just exactly what we want to see out of him. Defensive tackle, no one really I want to talk about too much here. Obviously, Zeke Biggers running 5.14 was kind of surprising. he's not the greatest with that. Joshua Farmer, we'll definitely be getting into him a lot more. But him and I think Isaiah, if I'm not mistaken, Thomas. Those two guys at Florida State were literally their entire defense for, again, a team that had a tremendously disappointing season. I will say, though, that hype for that defense, I think, was somewhat warranted coming into the year, again, for any Florida State fans. You definitely had the guys there. Linebacker, Jahad Campbell, I'd expect to run a little bit faster. Danny Stutzman, again, it's all about his change of direction. I think he sort of answered that. Again, not really for sure. Again, that's really, again, he's my favorite guy. Arguably my favorite guy in this draft, again, playing for Oklahoma, if you don't know. Favorite team here. Jay Higgins, not Jaden Higgins. He's not very athletic, but he's a big run stopper, and that's what they need again. That's what we get out of Iowa. Cornerbacks, Maxwell Harrison, again, the Blazer. I've always known he's somewhat of a speedster, but yeah, going sub 4.3 is definitely what the doctor ordered. Outside of that, though, Jahad Barron running a sub 4.4 is really big because, again, you don't know if he can really be that, again, true zone hawk when you need him like that, even though, again, that's not what he's going to be doing a lot in the league at all. Again, it's just good to know there's some versatility there, again, with him running that time. Darian Porter, 4.3, really surprising. I didn't think he was going to be that fast, but, I mean, yeah, he's doing his thing out there. Outside of that, though, no huge. I mean, Denzel Burke, again, weird prospect for sure. Again, he was playing against some really good receivers, so the technique is definitely there in a lot of ways. But I will say, I still don't really know if this is actually going to hold up in the league. After that, though, I mean, Kobe Bryant not running the fastest is okay, I guess. Mello Dotson kind of disappointing. Yeah, again, I always knew Kobe Bryant wasn't the fastest guy in the world. He's definitely a zone type of guy, but he'll definitely be fitting nickel going to the league now when you really think about it with that time. Anyway, though, safety, Marcus Sigel, he needed this badly. Nick Amanawari, we already know he's, I was going to probably get into this, but for your RAS, I want to see what this came out to. He ran, 10.0. Jesus. Is this just a glitch? It might be. Oh, is this 8? This is by year. Let's go year. Yeah, Nick Amanawari registering at 10.0 is not that most surprising. Guys, we're not going to get to safeties for a minute, but when we do, I'm probably going to be talking about him, and again, especially with some of these measurables, a lot. Billy Bowman running a 4.42. I was going crazy out of my shoes because, I'll be honest, guys, in man coverage this year, he was not good at all, but this is going to be really nice. Craig Woodson, not surprising there. Again, he's a guy who'll get a lot of steps. Jonas Shanker, I was a little bit shocked during this fast, but again, we'll see why in a little bit when we get to the shuttle. That why he did, again, this wasn't again the greatest vertical speed. That was nice to see. Jalen Reed, yeah, there's a reason he started so much. Malachi Starks, again, not the greatest time, but like go take it considering all the other stuff he does. Hunter Wohler, Sebastian Castro didn't. I don't think that was good for them. All right, I'll go to the split. For the splits, I really don't care about the split. I don't, because explosiveness is very subjective. All right, vertical jump. Will Howard did it. He's a white quarterback. I mean, all these guys are white, but he's really white, so not really too surprised there. Running back verticals. Brashal too, and again, he's just really showing the track and field pedigree here. After that, though, Cam Scatabo, I really want to see him run the 40. I don't think he would have done a great job, but again, he's still a very, very athletic running back. I absolutely think he should be getting, I wouldn't say, not even close to starting carries next year wherever he goes, but he's got to have some sort of role in the offense. Again, active. Outside that, though, for vertical, I mean, yes, you probably want to see Dylan Sampson do a little bit more if he's going to go to a team that's been hitting the ball a lot in the end zone, but, yeah, he's fine. Wide receiver, yeah, Sam Brown Jr., he's used to doing a lot of that. Jalen Noel, like I said, again, there's a lot of measurables with him that I do like more than Jaden Higgins, but he still had a very, very, very good vertical nonetheless. Trey Harris, again, he's going to get a lot of stuff like there. Jimmy Horn, obviously, the second fiddle to Travis Hunter, but again, he'll do what he wants. Outside of that, though, I mean, yes, seeing a guy like, where is he? I guess Dante Thornton Jr. I was thinking of somebody else, but this fits the bill as well. Again, Nick Nash. Again, I thought Nick Nash would be a little bit higher considering again what he was able to do contested catch-wise. But Dante Thornton Jr., yes, he will be a guy that you just want to see a little bit more here because, again, it's just really imbalanced with the 40 and that. Also, again, it's just the measurables there, but it is important to note. Tight end. Terrence Ferguson's obviously a pretty athletic dude. CJ Dipre, I guess that's how you pronounce it. He wasn't much of a blocker this year, which is kind of weird. But I mean, obviously he's a blocking tight end, but he really wasn't too effective. Again, Luke Lackley was, but the fact that he really didn't have a better vertical was a little bit surprising in my opinion. Offensive line wise, yeah, Greg Zabel's an absolute freaking beast, guys. You gotta watch out for this guy. He's gonna be a beast. Go to Packers or something, be so good. Hint to the mock draft. Defensive end wise, Landon Jackson doing a 40.5 is doing him wonders. I mean, I wasn't too surprised he did it. Again, you watch him, he's an absolute freak there at Arkansas, but at the same time, again, you weren't expecting him to go over 40 on the vert. Outside of that, though, yes, James Pierce Jr. 31. I'm not too surprised there. He doesn't exactly have the most explosiveness. As again, when it comes to actual this, but again, it's weird. Again, explosiveness is subjective. D lineman, again, no one really too important. I mean, TJ Sanders is not the greatest for again a D tackle, but outside that, I really don't have too much to talk about here. I mean, Nazir Stackhouse, again, we'll get to him a little bit when we get to the defensive tackle video. Him ranked 27.5, not too suave. Again, he's not the biggest guy, but again, with the name, you gotta kind of see that. Linebackers, yeah, Carson Schwezinger. Okay, I'm just say Carson. Carson, again, for a guy questioned with athleticism, he proved it very much in this. Cornerback, yeah, Caleb Ransaw, I did not expect to do this, but he went 40. Good for him. Jacob Parrish obviously is going to do his thing there. Upton Stout, I did not expect to do that. Jabbar Muhammad, this is not helping his case. I really like him, again, on film. Very, very good instincts, but yes, he's definitely behind in some of the other stuff. Safety, yes, Nick Amonowori did jump 43. I mean, that's just insane. Again, if he turns out to be a bust, guys, you guys just don't understand. I'm going to be so livid because I'm going to go all in on him. Billy Bowman, not the greatest, but, I'll take that. Where is he? Dante Trader Jr., yeah, he kind of sold the bag on this. I don't even know. It was weird the way he was jumping. And then, of course, now we get the broad jump. Brady Cook won this, I guess. Yeah. Running back, though, you did have Quinshon Judkins jump 11, which isn't too surprising. He's definitely used to doing more of that. Again, Omarion Hampton, again, he's definitely got the stride for that. After that, there's really no one else to talk. I really want to talk again. Ollie Gordon's still not really kind of under improved, but he's definitely getting better there. Wide receiver, yes, Jalen Noel, 11-2. Again, he's a very athletic player, but I did not. I don't think he would have gone 11, but again, he did. Outside of that, though, I did think I was kind of surprised Pat Bryant didn't go for this because from what I've heard, he's much better with this. Also, again, when you watch him on game film, it just seems like this is something he'd do a lot better with. Tight ends, where is he? Yeah, Joshua Simon did really good with this. O-line wise, you did have Will Campbell jump 9.5, so I mean that's pretty good for him. No one else. I mean, yeah, Gray Zabel again. He's gonna be a guard, you know that. Clay Webb though, yes, he is not gonna be expected to really be a huge impact in the league, but for again a guy who could arguably be a starting center at some point, not gonna really take that too hard. Again, Tyler Booker, oof, not good. He messed that up, though. DN, though, Shamar Stewart, Landon Jackson both did a decent job. James Pierce Jr., I guess we'll take that. Defensive tackle, I do think Ty Robinson could have done better, honestly, with you guys here on this. I don't know what it was. I don't think it was the burst or anything. I just don't think he really got the greatest, jump off at the start. Linebacker, 10-10 for Jamal Munden Jr. I don't know if he'll be drafted super high, but I will tell you this will definitely go a long way from Jahad Campbell as we expected. Danny Stutzman did not do this, which I'm not surprised by for obvious reasons. Cornerback, honestly, for cornerback guys, this is kind of very like if you want to, I guess. I don't really care about broad jump for cornerbacks, which might seem a little bit weird. I do care about for safeties though, because there are times that they make up ground and they're definitely in a bad spot for it. But Billy Bowman, Maxim Hook, very, very similar measurables there. And obviously you have Nick Amanawari doing what he always does. All right, 3 cone. Quarterbacks, this is a little bit important for these guys. Brady Cook ran especially faster than Will Howard in this. I don't even know what it was. I just think it was like part of the turn on him. But that was about it. Running backs, though, I mean, no one really does the 3 cone for, I think, very obvious reasons. Taj Brooks, though, I mean, running an okay time. Wide receivers doing the 3 cone, I mean, it's somewhat encouraged, but not the end of the world. Tez Johnson does what he should be. His change of direction is very, very good. Tight ends, a lot of guys do this. I don't know why there weren't more doing this, whatever. Gunnar Helm, again, a little bit clunky. I was surprised Harold Fannin Jr. didn't win this one, but he didn't. Jalen Conyers, this does help him, especially with, again, a lot of the pursuit blocking he will be expected to do. O-lineman, this is definitely important for them. Again, you saw a decent amount of guys doing this. No one big to talk about here, but I will say Carson Vincent definitely got his stock up a little bit with this one, again, out of Alabama A&M, and not heavily scouted at this point. Defensive end, this is the guy I was talking about, Donovan Aziruku. Again, he has exceptional explosiveness off the line from what I've seen on film. Also, again, just complete beast technician. We'll get more into him when we get to the edge rusher video. But David Walker, also very good guy to watch out for. Outside of that, though, nothing much there for 3 cone. Defensive tackle, no one really that good did it. So, yeah. Linebacker, Jay Higgins. That's what you want to see out of him. Honestly, that's like really the only question I had. I don't know specifically why Danny Stutzman didn't do that, though. That's just me. Cornerback, Jabbar Muhammad, again, same type of thing there. Safety, I mean, some guys did it, but, like, not many. And then, again, getting to shuttle as we get towards wrapping this up. Again, running backs, some other guys did it. I will say Amari Hampton definitely does struggle a little with this one. That's part of, again, what you're going to trade off with here. He's a guy who, again, he's going to want to be able to break tackles and be, I won't say like Ashton Genty, but have that ability with him that, again, I think will separate him, again, by some of these other guys. But at the same time, it will sacrifice his ability to, again, make some of these cuts that otherwise I think you would be able to make without, again kind of counterbalancing with that weight. Wide receiver. No one really that good did this, but I will say Arian Smith running this is, again, a good time for him. I think he was aiming for 4.25. Jalen Noel, again, he continues to show a good job here. Tight end, I wasn't too surprised about this at all. I will say I would have liked to see, where is he? I would have liked to see, where is he? Shoot, what's his name? I would have liked to see on that Tyler Warren do this. I completely blanked on that for a sec. But anyway, Tyler Warren again. He didn't try out the draft, but I would have liked to see the combine. I would have liked to see him here. O-lineman. You did have where is he? You did have Jared Wilson do this again. He did do a decent job. I like the fluidity from Tyler Booker in this one, despite not running a good time again. With him being a bigger dude, you kind of expect that. Edge rushers, again, Donovan Azuruku, whatever you want to call him. I think he should be a first-round pick, to be honest with you guys. D tackle, again, same sort of thing there. Linebacker, Carson Swayze there. I didn't see. I don't know. Demetrius Knight Jr. kind of has kind of fallen in the background here, but he absolutely, I think, will be featured in that linebacker draft video. Again, for the top linebackers. Cornerback, no one does this for obvious reasons. Safety, I mean, I hope you don't do this. I mean, some guys decided to, so I guess. Bench press, I mean, not many guys did it. Of course, quarterbacks didn't. Running backs, Dom there with 23, good for him. Again, he's going to want to see that. Martin Hampton, a little bit disappointing, but at the same time, again, like I said, I would have expected to do a little bit more, but, whatever. And yeah, Trevor Etienne, Dylan Sampson, I mean, not the greatest for those two. Wide receiver benching, Jalen Noel, bro. Holy crap, bro. You're actually a freaking beast. Yak yardage in terms of breaking tackles, I didn't expect him to, again, be able to be here. But, hey, if he wants to do that in the league, that's all him. Tight ends. Again, CJ being that blocking tight end, you absolutely expect him to be able to do this. He will get drafted for that. Elijah Royal, very solid trim for a guy who should be very, very versatile. Harold Fannin, not too bad either. O-lineman, I mean, 33 to Luke Kander could get him a spot on a roster. Outside of that, though, I'm not really surprised by many of the other guys. I will say, great Zabel, I would have liked to see him get 28 because he was close. Tight end, Not tight end. Holy crap. Defensive end. Ethan Downs is a straight up bona fide run stuffer, so him putting this up is not too surprising. What's that hat he's wearing though? Outside of that though, no, I don't really see these. Again, looking in the first place, I'm too surprised. I will say I like to see Donovan Ziraku, who got on film, shows so much speed to power, not really displaying it here. Again, it's not the NLBL though. Defensive tackle, again, you're gonna see some massive numbers. But yeah, Joshua Farmer, 26 solid. Outside of that though, Kenneth Grant, you did not good. Linebacker. I don't really have much to say here. Carson wasn't here. I mean, somewhat disappointing. Cornerbacks. Yeah, I would have really liked to see Travis Hunter do this because yes, he's a fine tackler, but you know he could be better. Safety. Manek Manawari. I mean, he's winning all these. Anyway, though, that's really all I got for you guys here in this NFL Combat recap. Again, I hope you enjoyed the highlights and some of the analysis I did provide. I mean, I'm not trying to go too deep into this because I don't want this to be 3 hours long. That's all I got for you guys here in the 2025 NFL Combine recap. We will have the 2025 best NFL defensive lineman or interior defensive lineman rankings. Really, just I'm talking about the prospects on Wednesday or tomorrow or Thursday or Friday. I don't know, guys. It's March Madness stuff. March Madness predictions will be coming out next week. Not next week. Yeah, sometime when the when the tournament bracket comes out. Anyway, though, that's all I got for you guys here in the Combine. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, it's March.